evening, YouTube. You guys are now watching another segment of the Cali Effect. Today for Yu-Gi-Oh! 101, I'm going to teach you guys how to shuffle decks properly. Now, I've seen a lot of people, when I mean a lot of people, I've seen a lot of people completely destroy their sleeves by shuffling decks improperly. So right here, I'm going to have a 40 card deck. I believe that is 40, if not 42. And I'm also going to have a 60 card deck for the players that say, oh, you can't shuffle a 60 card deck. Now, before I get into this video, I want to just completely tell you guys that if you guys are using a certain amount of a certain sleeve, the way, or you know, the principle of shuffling your deck does not change, but maybe the way that you go about it will change. Like, for example, every time I use KMC sleeves, I have to shuffle them a different way if I were to use these Ultimate Guard sleeves. And Ultimate Guard is my preferred sleeve because with KMC sleeves, no matter what, at the end of the day, they're going to start ripping. With Ultimate Guard sleeves, I've actually had some of my 2002 format decks in these sleeves for almost a year, and they still feel really good. So right now, I'm going to show you guys how to shuffle just a regular deck. So I want to say this is 40. I'm going to take 2 cards out, or 42. I'm going to go ahead and take 2 cards out to make it evenly 40. It's going to be 2 weird cards, so when I actually show you guys how to shuffle in a different way, it's going to be weird, but you'll get the point. So this should be 40 cards. What you're going to do is you're going to take about roughly half of the deck, and instead of slamming it in like I see everybody do it, and it's like, it's very irritating, you are going to put it at maybe like a 90-degree angle and then let it slide inside. You're going to open this up with your other hand, and then you're going to let it slide inside. Now, this should protect your sleeves for a very long time because there's no collision like this. There's no Yugi shuffling like you guys do. How do you guys do it? I forgot how to do it. It takes so much time like that. It's just you're letting it slide in. And basically, like I said, this preserves your sleeves. It also looks prettier. I don't even know if that's like a category or anything, but ultimately I feel like it's the best way to shuffle your deck. Now I'm going to count this deck, and I'm going to show you a couple of other tricks when it comes to power shuffling. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 38. So it was 38. This is going to be 40. And as you guys see, this is going to be a deck profile I was actually going to do. It was Blue Eyes, Zodiac, Invoked, but I guess you guys are going to see it pretty much right now. Let me start sorting it. This is what I like to do after every match. Is just sort my cards. The Speedway Terratops were the talking boards. The pianos were the Terratops. I had them in a different deck. I like to sort all of my cards at the end of a match, especially if it's a 40 card deck. Especially if it's a 40 card deck. And I'm actually going to get into that a little later. I'm going to show you how to shuffle a 60 card deck now that I think about it. Before I get into the super awesome secret attack that should get you guys to stay more. Now, people say that 60 card decks are impossible to shuffle. Now, there's 2 ways that I've realized how to shuffle it, because I'm not even gonna lie, it took me quite some time to figure out how to shuffle a deck that has more than 40 cards, because once you start to get to 50 and 55, the deck becomes extremely insane. And you guys might have some expensive cards like Pot of Desires, you might have your Zoo cards in here, you might have like some really cherishable cards like Ulti Breakthrough Skills in your deck that you don't want to mess up. So basically, the first method you can do it is just take half your deck and then do it the way that I explained to you guys. That's awesome. I feel like this is more of the beginner way, is that you just take half and half, and you shuffle and you shuffle, then you put them together and you kind of go bam, and then you give it 1. Now, if you guys have huge hands like the Cali Effect, you can actually just palm the whole deck and shuffle. So yay me. I guess the other method, like I said, is for smaller people with hands, but I feel like just about anybody can master it. Just about anybody can try it and get it together. All you have to do is take the first half, 90-degree angle, let this release, and then let everything fall into your sleeves. You're gonna have to gently push it down, but it shouldn't be that much pressure from one sleeve to another. And like I said, this preserves your sleeves. Now, the next thing I want to show you guys it's not cheating whatsoever. It's being able to sort your cards and have the maximum amount of hands at any given time. Now, if you are playing a 40 card deck, there is one huge advantage, especially if you play your ratio right. It's getting great hands when you do this properly. So the first thing I do at the end of the match is I sort all of my cards. So this will be obviously the Terratop Engine. That's the one copy of Effect Veiler. And depending on your ratios, it really has to depend on your ratios. If you have the right number of cards, like I always tend to run an even number of monsters. And that really helps because the ratio is correct. So like if I run 20 monsters, I run like 20 spells, then hey, the odds of this working is a little bit higher than if I ran odd ratios. Oh, that's why it's only one Zoodiac Rapier. It's supposed to be 3. And that's why it's only 40 cards instead of 42. So let me put that on top of that. It doesn't really matter the order. I just, a little OCD. I'm going to put all my 3s together. I'm going to put all my 2s together, which I guess I only have 1, 2. And then all my 1s, obviously. And those are my monsters. Now I'm going to take my spells and I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to sort them. Do not laugh at me for the 2 copy of Dragon of Lord of the Awakening. I didn't know what I was doing, okay? The Wonder one. I mean, I guess I did know what I was doing. I just thought I could get away with just 2 copies. And yeah, you need 3 copies. Anybody that's trying to look this and write this down as a deck profile, you need 3 copies of Dragon the Lords of the Awakening. Or Melody of the Dragon Awakening, or whatever it's called. It's like completely mandatory. Don't ask me what to take out, because this isn't a deck profile. So I'm going to put all my 3s together. Now I'm going to put all my 2s together. And now that's about it. Now look, I'm not saying that there is only one method for this to work, but there is multiple ways. This is the method I use to work. As you guys can see, everything is sorted perfectly. The 3s, the 2s, the 1s. So now since I have 40 cards, I am going to shuffle in 2 piles of 4. So 1, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And keep in mind, this is done like right after my last match, just to ensure that I'm not wasting my opponent's time. So I'm going to go over it once. And then I'm going to take the last pile. And I'm going to go over it again. And this is time consuming. But I'm saying, if you're like at a big event, you might want to do this, because I don't really care how much time it takes. If I'm at a big event and I paid X amount of dollars to win big event, I want the best optimization as possible. So we're going to do this one more time. And this is just what I figured out, just sitting down and shuffling my cards, trying to find the best possible ratio. I think I got frustrated. It was way back in the day. I kept drawing 3 of 1 card, and while it was all coincidental, I didn't want to draw 3 of 1 card. So now we're going to go over what I have. Congratulations, you have perfect hands. And by perfect hands, all of your cards are sorted in a way where your deck isn't clogged up. Now, if your build is correct, I mean, like, you have your perfect searchers, your perfect cards, then you're doing a good job. But just the fact that I can go from a completely clumped up hand to actually being able to sort my cards to a various assortment to be able to get whatever I want, whenever I want, I think that's awesome. I have not yet tried it for a 60 card deck, but I imagine if you sort everything and you do it in 2 rows of 3, it'll be the exact same thing. Thank you guys so much for watching another segment of the Cali Effect. I hope you enjoyed how to shuffle your deck properly, this tutorial of Yu-Gi-Oh! 101. Please let me know other tutorials you guys would like to see. Please like, comment, subscribe, but most of all, enjoy.